Hi there, Aries. This is Miss Joan, Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill. We are going to be talking about February 19th through the 25th, and I am programming these cards for you. This is Ted Andrews' Animal Wise Tarot. Yes. And they are lovely, loved cards. So they stick together a little bit, but that's the joy of the love, right? Alrighty then, let's go ahead and lay out these cards and see where we get to. Last week was interesting. So let's just see what we have here. We have the Seven of Wands. We were talking about how we were not having much luck getting people to listen to what we wanted to do. I'm sure that this has probably something to do with a doodly-doo. Some people may not be on board with our new ideas because they're like just as afraid of what it all means as you are, right? So you may or may not get a lot of family support or other kinds of support that would be something you would think would be like, oh, sure, of course they love that, because it's maybe too scary for them to think about too. So the Page of Pentacles is here, the Deer, which is the lure to new studies and pursuits. We've already talked about that. Doodly-doo. Yes. You are definitely being lured away from whatever you've done before to something a little bit different. And the people around you who know you well are scratching their heads and a little bit nervous for you, going, wow, that is so far outside of where we thought you were headed, girl. What happened, right? So don't be alarmed. And it doesn't mean you have to stop working while you're doing this. You can do your regular job while you do this, learning stuff, okay? The Page of Cups, the Caterpillar, good luck and new birth are coming. Boom. That's kind of what's happening right now, because whatever you're working on, it's coming together. It's coming together. Your new pursuits and studies are coming together to become a thing, okay? A real thing. And I'm excited to see that for you, okay? Because you've done a lot of in your head work, and now we're needing to do some on the outside, and it's cool. I'm excited to see this for you, Aries, okay? So now we have the Queen of Cups. Remember, we have this person who is going to be trying to push you around with her emotions. Interesting to think about being manipulated by someone's emotions, but that's what I'm getting from the card, is that this person is going to be trying to get what they want by being uncomfortably emotional. So keep that in mind. Remember that emotions can run the gamut from crying and sobbing to downright bitchy and yelling. So nice, interesting. Be aware of the different ranges of emotions that people bring to you this week, and figure out what they're after and where we're going from there. So now we have the Six of Wands, a painted turtle. Faith and efforts rewarded. Faith and efforts rewarded. Of course, it's in the blocking department, so wah. Yeah, so far you've been doing the work, and yet with this person here, your faith and efforts are being blocked. I'm really sorry about that. there's just really a situation here where, well, of course, the painted turtle is an above ground as well as in the water kind of critter. So it can and does both, right? And we know that when we go deep into the water of emotions, we go into it. It's sort of like cocooning, only different, only what? Underwater. Being aware of that stuff and knowing that there's potential to go and get sucked under by this person, this emotional person who can suck you under. That's what I'm getting, is to be cautious of that. We're avoiding that by giving her great birth, all right? We want to give her great birth or shut her down one way or the other, because we don't want her to be rewarded from her faith and efforts to block you and trip you up, and because some people can't stand you having success, period. They want you to not succeed, Aries. So they want to stand in the way, they want to cause trouble, they want to make things harder, blah, blah, blah. It's very a drag, okay? So the Eight of Cups is here also, which is the ant, searching and working for the greater good. You've been blocked by this card before. Yep. The ant, working for the greater good, underneath, doing all the little bullshit, cleaning things up, moving things around, taking care of little stuff. All the little stuff behind the scenes, that's the ants, right? So both of these are talking about things underneath and underground, and they're normally somewhat pleasant cards, right? Faith and efforts rewarded, searching and working for the greater good. No and no. We're not finding the greater good. We're not, faith and efforts are not being rewarded. Everything is like on a... So, staying away from the Queen of Cups if you can, because she's just there to try and get you to do what she wants to, and it's not part of the deal. No. So, fun, right? So the Seven of Pentacles was talking specifically about how you have enough finances. Everything is good money-wise. You are okay. You are not being crushed financially, so this is good news. The Four of Cups is here, which is the stick bug, which is a really fun-looking thing. Activity beneath the surface. The stick bug. Indeed, activity beneath the surface. It's very, very clear to me that that's where you're going to be doing your deal and getting the most out of what you need to do. And yes, that is going to be something to pay attention to a lot. It's whatever you get done, it's going to be like the ant, underneath and underneath and away from other people's views. You'll be searching and working for the greater good, underneath and away from activity beneath the surface. You'll be doing things underneath and away from other people's close-looking eyes, because they're all crazy. The Knight of Cups, the praying mantis. Insight and protection through stillness. Ha! There's that praying mantis. He hides out all over the place in crazy places. You'll see him in strange, strange places. He's very, 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 very still. So, the beauty is that insight comes to you, protection comes to you through stillness. When you're quiet, when you're still, when you're activity beneath the surface, right? Activity beneath the surface means it's all in here. People see you just sitting there staring at your phone. You're actually plotting and planning. The plotting and the planning. Do the plotting and the planning. Do all that stuff quietly and underneath and off to one side, especially of this crazy lady, okay? The crazy lady needs to be not in the picture, and I don't think she will be once she realizes she's not going to be getting to have a lot of influence on the situation. And she doesn't. It's not our deal. So take care of your business. Do you. Everything's going to be just great. All right? And we will talk next about March. Excellent. Have a good month. All right? We'll see you next week.